Because these gentlemen are tired and hungry. Welcome, gentlemen.
I don't know about morning crowd here, greens.
I'll be cooking. Yeah, a little more of this. Oh, looking good. I don't want to say I'm good, but I'm good. All right. Work, sir? Who's missing steak here? Yes, sir. You got it? Who needs steak? I feel all crocodile Dundee. So all that paddling, how bad am I going to hurt tomorrow? Oh, I don't like the sound of that. Okay, so I got the name on it. That hesitation, not a good sign. Those tender ones are nice. Good stuff. Man, we have mastered the wild today. The Mississippi Delta is a big sponge that stretches between the Yazoo and the Mississippi. It's what's called an alluvial floodplain of about 7,000 square miles, or almost 4.5 million acres. This area used to look very different. Massive, wild, old wood forests and swamps. After the passage of the cheerful-sounding Native Removal Act of 1830, the Delta became open for settlement by any white people crazy enough, hardy enough, determined enough, or just plain mean and greedy enough to come here.
There's no way to make up for our bad racial past, but the sense of community that keeps people here is evident in this place.
Julie Reed is Greenville born and raised, the daughter of a political family, a writer, author, and as Delta as it gets. How long have you been in the city?
22 years. I came in 1992.
John Currents is a celebrated chef who had left New Orleans to come to Mississippi and open first one, then many more restaurants and businesses in the town of Oxford.
We stayed busy.
And this is Doe's Eat Place in Greenville.
This is the great Florence Sigler.
So do we.
Florence in charge of the salad bowl and has been for a minute. This is Florence Doe, senior sister-in-law. When's y'all open up, Florence? 1930, 41, close enough.
Like a lot of folks around here, Dominic Big Doe Signa got his start selling hot tamales to go. At the beginning, the place catered to the black community, but after word got out how good the food was, white people started coming, which led to a kind of weird accommodation to the segregation of the day. Blacks came in the front, white people snuck in the back. The menu expanded with the clientele.
What human qualities are unique or marked in the native of Mississippi?
I cannot address Mississippi because, like I said, the Delta is a whole other planet.
Okay, better question. How is the lifelong Delta resident different from
And
the
we're
other?
crazy to want to come in the first place because it was like the swamps, buddy. It was underwater. I mean, you had to be crazy to come and you had to have enough money to make it work. So you had some sort of gamblers. I mean, that spirit still infuses the place. It's a little reckless. It's sophisticated because they all come from elsewhere. You go from the Delta to the hills. I mean, we're totally snobbish up here, even when we didn't have a right to be. I mean, where you just came from, Jackson. Are you kidding me? You'd have to be paid money to go to Jackson.
They feel the same way down there, but you have to.
They don't get us because they ain't got no sense of humor.
So what about the food? Has this place changed at all?
No.
It's been 20 years since I was here last, and literally exactly the same.
Not much in the way of capital improvements or time motion study. The system, such as it is well, crazy. You eat right here in the kitchen. In the division of labor, the flow of work, well, I gave up trying to figure it out 5 minutes in and just figured I'll get loaded and eat all this delicious food. The salad thing is famous, hand-tossed in the same wooden bowl for decades. The hot tamales, same as they ever was.
And those tamales are just incredible because they're made with the steak drippings and stuff that you're getting ready to see. So it greatly enhances the flavor. Oh my God.
I'm not gonna eat until I was sick.
Fries done in cast iron pan on the stovetop. The famous shrimp. Steaks on an old roll-out broiler. drippings all over the top.
And you know, you're not going to get skinny or healthy eating the hot tamales and fried shrimp and steak and toast. There's no question about it.
Oh, that's good. Happy. Sweet meats to make some.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's good. No, you're right about those shrimp. They are delicious.
The shrimp?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Is there a dessert that I should be saving room for?
Are you kidding me? There is no dessert. It's pretty damn bare bones, my friend. If you ask for one, I'll give you a lollipop.
This is exactly what you expect in Mississippi, though, right?
Yeah, it's supposed to look like this.
Guys, baba lang kayo ng bahay nyo. Okay lang.
The Great Migration. 3 factors. Automation. The invention of mechanical means to pick cotton. The call of better paying jobs in the industries of the North. And of course, freedom.
You know, people think about blues as a lament. A lot of blues songs are about freedom, about getting the hell out of Mississippi. You know, and there were a lot of reasons to get the hell out of Mississippi for a long time. Now there's a return migration. And there's that whole period, late 60s, early 70s, where kids are bugging out of Brown University to come sit at the foot of an aged blue line in Mississippi. There's a
Hindi pa ako inaantok.
now, you know, you see people kind of doing the same thing with food. Like there's a whole generation that wants to come down here.
Nakatulog ako hanggang 7 p.m. Ayan na, 12:25 na dito.
Willie Simmons has been an elected official of the Mississippi Delta for 20 years. And he's been running this place, Senator's Place, for 11.
What's the difference between soul food and traditional Southern food?
It depends on the culture and what neighborhood you were in. If you were in the right neighborhood, then it became soul. We kind of throw a little bit more of the throwaway in our cooking. The pig feet, the pigtail, the neck bones, and all that's fatty.
Now you're making me hungry. Now you're
What does neck bone look like?
Oh, that's it. So greens,
Some beans,
I'll have some of that for sure. Is that fried okra there? I'll have a little of that. There might be more than one plate at this rate. Go get some mac and cheese. What's that, lima beans and the red bean? Oh man, that looks kind of good too. Yeah, a little bit of that. Headphones floating around somewhere? Okay, yeah, I'll have some of those. Little rice and gravy on there? Yeah, thanks. And, oh, I don't know, a piece of fried chicken there. If you got it fried, that would be great. Okra's perfect. Yeah, it is. Oh man, that's good.
now here in the South, if you want to, you can throw your fork away and just grab it and run.
Oh yeah, I'll be working on that. What's
We forgive you and all against you.
eat this okra all day long, man. That's that's tasty. Usually the right people get the credit for Southern cooking as we know it.
I do.
You think the right people get the credit? I mean, what do you?
People know. People know who's behind this food, whether it's called soul food or whether it's called country cooking.
How is the Delta, the mindset of the Delta, different than the rest of the state?
No one else can compare with us. Like, there's no other something who can sit and talk to you and tell you that they represent Knockery Plantation, where the blues are born. There's no one else can tell you that in his
Ayaw niyang mag-ano.
Humble the king and tell you that he represents the area where Family Payment came from, where Jerry Butler was born.
Baba lang kayo, mga bebe. Baba lang kayo ng mga bahay nyo. And then, dalawa yung bahay ko.
So, Mr. Dollar has that pride.
46 miles southeast is Greenwood, a town with a lot of history, most of it of the not good variety. Known, unfortunately, as much for Byron de Beckwith and Tom Brady's infamous speech after the Board of Education as anything else. Fairly or not, it's hard to get past that.
Oh.
During all the years of cruelty and struggle from 1933 on, through it all, and until today, this place, Lusco's, was a beloved institution. Once a grocery store, it turned restaurant to the moneyed class, serving them in discreet quarters in the back, where one could enjoy an alcoholic beverage in what was then a dry state.
Still going after all these years and unchanged. Why?
This place is like a reliquary of like indiscretions past, you know?
But maybe, to really tell the story of this place, you have to start with the story of its most famous employee, Booker Wright.
Kuya EJ, magbaba ka ng, ng bahay mo para makita nila.
In 1965, NBC News came to town, making a documentary on race relations. Booker's entertaining recitation of the
Di pa nga pala nakasubscribe si Ella sa'yo. Magbaba ka ng mo nga kuya, para mag-subscribe si Ella sa'yo. Nakalimutan ko. Hindi ko alam kung nakasubscribe na si Ella sa'yo.
That nobody was ready for. Right here.
Hindi, kuya, yung mo, yung isa sa vlog mo, ibaba mo.
Telling the truth was still risky business in 1966.
Baba ko ha, teka lang.
Booker Wright was not rewarded for his candor.
It was not a good experience for him. It did not make him a star by enough.
Not within the white community, but even the Stokely Carmichael maybe first chanted Black Power here, that was less important to the black community here than what Booker said on the NBC News.
Yeah.
The private dining rooms at Lusco's are still here. The menu, much the same. Steaks, fish, the famous broiled shrimp, the Lusco's special salad with a house Italian vinaigrette dressing, and a healthy dose of anchovy. Onion rings.
Salad makes me happy.
Yeah, me too.
Oo, yan sa'yo yan, diba?
Yeah, love those.
Catfish for Mr. Edge, the famous pompano for me.
It's the kind of mark of
Yan, ganyan kuya, yung bahay mo, yung yung isa sa vlog mo, ibaba mo.
When I'm finishing this.
Sitting here, the booths, the curtains.
Di ba yung sa video mo,
the service thing,
merong
it seems lost in time.
tatlong parang ganito, sandali, pakita ko sa'yo ha. Di ba ayan? Kita mo ba? Basta yung merong tatlong tuldok doon sa may dulo. I-click mo yon, tapos nakalagay share, tapos copy link, tapos ibaba mo dito sa message.
Incongruously eccentric little island, a mutation, a college town, a magnet for writers, thinkers, and oddballs. Drawn perhaps by its rich literary tradition as the home of one of our greatest authors, William Faulkner. Faulkner was
Binili
a
ni Ella
native,
kanina.
a former postman, an outdoorsman, an eventual winner of the Nobel Prize in Literature and 2 Pulitzer Prizes for fiction. He never graduated high school. This was his house, Roanoke. Faulkner wrote such American classics as The Sound and the Fury, As I Lay Dying, Light in August, and Absalom, Absalom. And many of his works took place in a fictional county, a place very much like this place in Mississippi.
This is where Faulkner started his writing career, in this room here.
For the past 10 years, Bill Griffith has been curator at William Faulkner's estate.
He added this room on after he won the Nobel Prize. And on the wall here is an outline of one of his novels. That was his greatest work. Faulkner thought this was his masterpiece.
Jack Pendarvis is the author of Your Body is Changing, The Mysterious Secret of the Valuable Treasure, and Awesome, as well as a staff writer for the game-changing animated series Adventure Time, all works of which I am a huge fan.
Right on the wall.
He just wrote on it.
It's
That's it. Yeah, it's his version. He said that houses in Mississippi who have a family business have one room dedicated to the family business, and this family's business is writing.
From as early as 1919 through the early 60s, Faulkner wrote extensively about the post-Civil War South. He was the first author to do so, at a time when most writers were writing about anything but.
He always said that he wrote about a South torn between itself, torn between the old ways, the old traditional ways, and modern development. He said he was going to break the antebellum code.
Right.
And he did.
But
He did. And yet, he had those hobbies and interests that were definitely of the gentry class and the gentry nature.
His portrait and his horse.
Yeah, there's a great example.
Yeah.
I mean, and his writing habit, that's a great example. You do to get to a certain level of success, and all of a sudden, this seems like a good idea. And it's never a good idea at that age.
at any age.
Exactly.
Was he politically active at all? Did he go with Wacko or not?
He's a middle of the road Democrat. That's what he said. He said you have to bring black education up with white education.
Gusto ko
Since the state
panoorin
will not invest in black education, it's up to a citizen to do so.
exotic
He
places
said
para
that segregation wasn't about being right or wrong. He said
exotic
any
places. Ayoko ng tignan eh. Oh. Mississippi na naman siya. Russia. There, sa Thailand.
I remember the moment I first realized I'd been living my whole life in black and white.
Kaya ito ka ako?
It was like discovering a color I never knew existed before. A whole new crayon box full of colors. That was it for me. From then on, there was no putting the pieces back together, no going home. Things were different now. Asia had ruined me for my old life. I took a while to rest in the world.
Skip intro. Nilalamig ako. Malamig na, malamig na.
They make more than 100 bottles a day, so 30,000 bottles. That's a lot of. That's a lot of. Did I do that right? Or if I had too many whiskeys.
Ay, alam ko na.
How did this happen?
Teka lang.
How did I get here? Coming into focus, the man across the table. He looks familiar. Maybe
Nawala. Wala na, wala na, wala na. Home? Ah? Space. Ewa. Ito, itsura ko dun. Itsura ko dun. Hi. nasa labas kasi ang hair ko. Manood ako. Galauna na pala, hala. Tulog na kaya ako? Mag-start na lang ako mag-live. Mamaya pagising ko. Nakikita ko yung sarili ko sa TV. Tingnan niya ha. No, how do you do this? Try to do it. How do you put jacket? I forgot. I don't know how. How do you do it? Hmm. Oh, I don't know how. I might go in 10 minutes. I'm so tired. Hello? Grabe. Naaliw. Laway-laway. Malapit na akong antukin. Kita niyo si Doki. Oh. Mabigat siya ang liit-liit niya. Ang cute. Ako makita. Ayan. Oh. Tulog na mi. Try ko lang. Tatry ko na lang ulit bukas. Siguro yung maaga-aga. Pagising ko bukas. Okay? Cha-cha!